Our situation is so difficult, if not hopeless, said a leading business journalist in Taipei. We have great engineers and electronics companies, but our population is barely 23 million, whereas even South Korea has more than 48 million. That's no home market. Nokia comes from Finland, whose population is about 5.3 million, and whose capital city, Helsinki, is located at 60 degrees north latitude, like Anchorage, Alaska, I replied. Size is a great asset when it is used strategically, but so is smallness when it comes with speed and flexibility. The story of Nokia is important across industries and heralds the future to many multinationals across the world. The reason is in its extraordinary positioning in terms of the competitive environment in the marketplace. Most major multinationals operate in a marketing-intensive or a technology-intensive environment. Unlike these companies, Nokia operates in a technology and marketing-intensive environment. Like Intel and Microsoft, it seeks to stay at the cutting edge of the latest technologies worldwide. Like Coca-Cola and Procter & Gamble, it also monitors closely the latest fashions and trends in the increasingly global markets. Nokia, however, is different from Intel, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, and Procter & Gamble in a crucial way. It was not born in a huge and prosperous home market. Today, Finland belongs to the prosperous elite of the world nations, but that legacy is fairly recent. Through much of their history, the Finns have struggled for survival, as witnessed by the national hymn. Our land is poor, it has no hold on those who lust for gain. Yet this poor land of ours would still our hearts with longing fill. Unlike large and wealthy nations, Finland, along with other Nordic countries, is dramatically dependent on international markets, foreign trade, and investment. As a result, and in contrast to most of its rivals, even Nokia's geographic distribution is much more even. Over a third of its net sales originate from Europe, and almost as many from Asia. The other sales come from the Americas, the Middle East, and Africa. Its home market, Finland, accounts for less than 1% of net sales. That makes Nokia, along with a few other multinationals, unique. When it comes to globalization, Nokia is in a category of its own. Unlike Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, Intel, and Microsoft, it is a multinational company that possesses virtually no home market of its own from a commercial standpoint. Despite the diversity of large country multinationals, most come from advanced economies, United States, Western Europe, Japan, or large emerging economies, especially the so-called BRIC economies, that is Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Because these multinationals originate from a great home base, their large home market is almost an inherited birthright. Due to its distinctive legacy as a small country multinational with a tiny home market, Nokia must be flexible and very responsive locally. On the one hand, because of its peculiar global strategy, it sees the world as a single global village, emphasizing uniformity in customer needs, distribution channels, offerings, markets, and regulatory requirements. On the other hand, its legacy as a small country multinational supports local responsiveness, pressuring the company to consider variations in customer needs, distribution, adaptations, market structure, and regulatory demands. This humility is a recipe for winning across global markets. To large country multinationals, foreign markets mean ancillary revenue sources. To small country multinationals, foreign markets are their revenue sources. Large country multinationals have most of their critical activities, from headquarters to R&D, in their home base. In contrast, small country multinationals have many of their critical activities dispersed worldwide. To the extent that globalization will continue and the future of the world is multipolar, globalization will be driven by multiple power centers worldwide. Nokia is the bellwether of multinationals in an increasingly multipolar world, and hence it is of interest to all of us and worthy of study. Necessity is the mother of invention, and it is the inherent constraints of Nokia's landscape